Hi, everybody. John here with PT, Dan with Santa Training, and PT Ask Dan. How we doing, Dan?
Wonderful, John. Yourself?
I'm well. I'm well.
Good.
So one of the things we see, we work more with veterans in our space. So we spend a lot of time around people 20, 30, 40 years in the business. And sometimes we see experiencing success working against the ability to change and innovate
Mm.
because you kind of lean back on that a little bit. You find comfort in it and hey, I've done this, so I should just keep doing this. Can you talk about how that can work against somebody when it comes to their ability to innovate?
Well, number one, we get bored. So we're
Truth.
not out there innovating because, we've got good money coming in. But then eventually we might lose accounts. It's funny, John. I was talking with a client, a long-term client. I haven't spoken to him in years. And his top three accounts all left within the
Mhm.
last 6 months. And these are accounts that his firm has had for over 30 years each.
Wow.
Significant accounts. And now he's having to knock on doors and make phone calls. And I asked him, I said, "Where's your energy level?" He goes, "Oh my goodness." He goes, "I am so energized right now." He goes, "6 months ago, I was bored. I was, this is
Mhm.
easy. I'll just ride this out." And he goes, "Looking back, I was depressed. But now I'm
Wow.
just excited and ready to go. And it's now it's fun again." And I think sometimes we need that. So when we talk about innovation, what are we doing to make ourselves fresh and new and
Yes.
noticeable? And if we're not doing anything, I hate to tell you, you're on your way out.
Yeah, well, and you gave us a great example not that long ago, just with that piece where you would go in and you would do training sessions, and after a while, you felt it was a little redundant for people, so you brought in something completely different for 15 minutes, and you talked about that subject, and that just went throughout the organization, and it really impacted them in a different way, because sometimes we get numb to
Mm.
what we hear from the same person over a period of time.
Yeah, and let me add a real quick story too. For those of you that follow hockey, Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins was one of the top players in the world. He was the top player for many, many years. Now is one of the top players, and yet, if you ask any of his teammates, he's the hardest working person on his team.
Yep.
Why is that? Is it because he wants to be the best? No, he wants to stay the best, and he's looking for new ways to improve his physique, his mental abilities, his
Yep.
shot, everything. So why don't we do the same? And I think at the end of the day, it's because we're comfortable.
There we
And
go.
it's only when we're ready to stretch out of that comfort zone that we start to look for innovation.
As our very wise Pittsburgh Steeler coach Mike Tomlin likes to say, don't seek comfort.
Yeah, it's true.
There we go. All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Take care, Joe.